Hello, hello.
What up?
We're back.
Yeah, and this episode is for all of you out there that are in the dating world, or maybe you're not in a great relationship, but you're
Situationship.
Thinking about getting into the dating world, because we're about to spill some tea.
Yeah, or if you're
She got some
married.
stories too.
Yeah, or if you're married and you're just nosy and you want to see what it's like in 2025 and count your blessings that you are already married, then you can listen too.
Yeah, let's hope that your spouse is a blessing, right?
Yeah, that's true. That is
some
true.
of us, and we probably will get into this as we go into all of this, but some of us, like, unfortunately, over years, like, or time, we just settle, and you're like, damn, should I have settled? Should I be,
Yeah.
Anyway, so we're going to get to all that. But anyway, so let's start with the meat and potatoes.
The meat and potatoes that early? Okay. Well, I feel like, I don't really have that much experience dating though. I'm going to be honest. I feel like I've had crushes and all that stuff, but I'm like, I just don't trust these boys out here, but
I love how you say boys and not men.
Because they're boys,
Yeah.
And so I've been looking up some like statistics and stuff like that for this episode, and it's very, very interesting how like ghosting has become such a problem in the past couple years. And I just feel like, okay, if you guys don't know what ghosting is, that is when, I hope you guys do, but if you don't, no judgment.
Break it down just in case.
Yeah. So it's like, you're talking to someone, whatever, you guys may go out on a date. If you guys listen to Mojo in the Morning, they have the second date update, because these people go out on a date and it all goes fine, and then all of a sudden they literally stop texting you, they don't answer your phone calls, like just go completely silent. You try texting, reaching out to them, no answer, and you're like, oh, you're over there listening, like, what the heck? What happened? So it's getting worse because people, I just don't feel like, want to say, oh, I didn't think you were cute, if it's shallow like that, or I didn't have a good time. They'd rather just like cut off all communication and move on.
Well, my thing is, though, first of all, how do you expect, and I'm only going to say, like, I'm looking at it obviously through the lens of a woman.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you expect for a man to really realistically say anything like that when he don't even have balls to walk up to you and say, hi, my name is whatever, and you look cute and I'd like to go to dinner with you? Because times have changed, right? Like, I would have never thought of like meeting a guy on an app.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just not my era, and thank God, because first of all, I know my husband's a blessing, period. But I can't even imagine, because I'm too aggressive, assertive, whatever you want to say as a woman. Like, dude, if you can't step to me,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, oh, send me a DM. You want a guy to be like, oh, I don't find you attractive, so we're not going to continue dating anymore? That's not going to happen.
But I feel like it's hard because the apps are obviously a huge thing. Because I don't know why people don't go out in person anymore. I feel like just even though like face-to-face stuff has become an issue, especially like seeing these young people like my brother's age and probably younger, everything is done.
What's your brother's age though?
Let's
24.
say
24.
Yes. So
and a 24-year-old man should be able to approach a woman.
And my brother will, but I'm just saying a lot of
we love your brother, though.
Yeah,
so I mean, your brother is super cute.
Yes.
And he's just like he's got a great genuine heart.
Yes.
So we didn't talk about your brother, we're just talking about 24-year-olds as a whole.
Yeah.
They should be able to step.
Yeah, and they don't. And because technology has taken over so much, everything is done online, so people don't have the confidence, and that fear of rejection has just become so strong. But I have tried the apps multiple times.
Well, let me just say, not to cut you off, hold that thought, but rejection's always been a thing.
Right.
So I don't care what era, 50s, 60s, 70s, 90s, rejection's never been pleasant. Okay, so let's not just be like, oh, because now rejection is a thing. Like, rejection's always been a thing. Mm-hmm. But women, I think, have made it too easy. Like, women don't even make a man chase you. Like, there's no, first of all, men like to hunt. Okay, we know this. Certain ethnicities, anyway, they like to hunt. They go and they hunt deer. They go and they hunt rabbits. They shoot birds. All that, they like to hunt. That is in a man's nature. So when they feel like there's a woman that is of interest, that's when they would wine and they would dine and they would take you out and they would buy you stuff and they would do stuff for you, because it's like the thrill of the chase, right? Mm-hmm. Where's that at?
There is.
Where's that at?
Yeah, they catch them day one.
You know what I mean? Because women are like, oh, hi, my name is, and your name is, and okay, let's go home, and we roll in the sheets a little bit, and then you might get ghosted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, where's the all of that stuff that men actually really like? And they're going to remember the ones that they had to put a little work in.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, because I used to always like blame the guys because I always used to say like, oh, they don't want anything serious, da da da. But it is because they'll choose the easy route
Of course.
until they don't want to anymore, until that's boring and they move on, and then it's just like these women think that that's the way to keep a man coming back, but it's all for the wrong reasons. Like I listen, I watched this TikTok video about this guy, and he was literally saying he says how much he enjoys it, that he knows that he can treat these women any way he wants. He's like, I can text you one day, and then I can ghost you the next, and then you'll still let me come over, and I can, talk bad about so and so, and I can, make you pay for my meal, and I know you'd still let me come back to your house. And he was like all confident about it.
I mean, yeah.
Because he's like, I can literally treat her like a dog, and I know that she would still be coming back to my house. I'm like, and he had no problem with it. He was like,
Because it's true, and that's what I'm saying is like, yeah, we can blame the men all day because I mean, the men have changed with like their even I don't know, I don't want to say their strength because men are strong, but like they used to be able to walk up to somebody and say hi or
yeah,
strike up a conversation, but now everything is like done through DMs or whatever. But like women are the ones that have changed. Women didn't used to have standards.
yeah,
Women used to make guys have to chase them or come up to them and talk to them, and now it's like I hear so many women say like they're okay if they're number 6 as long as they're in the top 10 or and I'm just like
ew.
what? Why are you okay knowing that a guy has got 5 other women that he's dating?
I would like to. I know. I wish I would love to know why that happened. Like why girls would be okay with that. Because number one, for me, I don't like to share.
I
So
am not sharing.
yeah. So I don't know why girls feel like that's okay.
No,
You know.
because I feel like if you're gonna just be with different people, then it should be both ways, and
Hmm.
then there's no reason to get married.
Right.
If you want to play the field, I'm gonna play the field. Let's
Hmm.
just play the field.
Hmm.
But we're not gonna be married.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there is a difference, and it's okay. I think even especially like for you, if you're gonna date more than one man, why not? There's no label. You don't have a ring on it.
Right.
Like if a guy can do it, why can't a woman do
Right.
it?
Yeah. There's always like that double standard.
Until you find who you're looking for.
Hmm.
I mean, you're doing the same thing they're doing. Well, they're in it usually for one thing, but just keep it real.
Yeah.
Women always go in like, could this be my husband? Could this be my future husband? Could this be my future? Like, I could have a child with this guy. Like, we always go into it like freaking Walt Disney World, like,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Well, and I think that casual dating has been, and casual relationships have become a lot more of a normal thing now. Like a lot of people, I've talked to a lot of people that don't want to get married, or they don't want to put that label on things, and they just want to be free to love whoever they want and stuff. So I don't know. To me, I like the old school. I just want to have my person, my best friend, do life with. And just like have like someone that I know has my back and not 20 other girls' backs.
yeah, you're
So
so cute.
oh,
I really
thanks.
want that for you.
Thank you. Thank you. Maybe one day we'll see.
Yeah.
But I don't. I've had to become okay with not using the apps because I'm like everybody else is. Just to circle back to that really quick,
Yeah.
because I feel like everybody else is using the apps, and I know some people that have gotten married off of there. My brother's in a really happy relationship with his girlfriend from Hinge or whatever, and I'm like, so I go through these spurts. I'm like, all right, let me get on the apps and I'll try it. But it's just so superficial to me because yes, I am, and if anybody else denies that they do this, that uses these apps, then you're a liar, okay? But
spill the tea, girl.
yeah,
Spill
for real.
the
And I
tea.
keep hitting my mic, so I'm sorry if your guys are getting feedback from that. But of course you're judging what that person looks like, and I'm like, some guys don't take the best pictures, or they're all their pictures are in like with 20 of their friends. So I'm like, which one are you? And then if I see one more guy holding up a fish that I don't care about, I swipe.
Again, hunt.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
They're
Well, but
hunting.
if their first picture is one with a fish, I automatically am like, no. But
They like to hunt. They're letting you know.
yeah, but I don't care. But at the same time, too, I mean, some of them have bios, or some people will be like, oh, I know nobody reads this anyway, so just DM me. And I'm like, so then you DM them, and then you're like, hey, how are you? Good. How are you? How's your weekend? Good. How was yours? What do you do for like? It's so boring. So like to make that natural connection is really hard for me on there. And then I don't want to go and meet them in person. So I'm like, are you a serial killer? So then I end up ghosting. My bad. But I just the dating apps are not for me. I'd rather it just be organic, or through a friend, whatever, because it just kind of makes things a little bit easier. Yeah. Not as awkward. I don't know. I don't like the apps. I hate them.
Well, I think too, like even to try to find a good guy is really challenging. Because I have a sister that's single too, and she's gorgeous, and just like guys play too many games. She's not into like a serious relationship, and it's been years since her and her husband parted ways. But it's like, where's the good guys at? Like,
Right.
where are the good guys that have morals? And what about like motivated? Like, who wants to just play a video game after you get off work, and that's what you're going to marry, and then that's what he's going to be like when he's 30 with his hand on his pants with the remote in the other hand? Like, boring. Like, you don't want to. You're not dating a big kid. Like, you want a man. You know, like a man.
Yeah,
like,
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not treating my man like my kid. No.
No. It's like, where's the real men at?
Right.
Where you at?
Yeah.
Because my girl, like, we have my sister, we have her sister. Like, we need the real fellas to step up.
Yeah, because I'll tell you guys. Let me tell you guys.
Oh, don't spill your scooters.
I will tell you guys a story, because this could be the meat and potatoes. So this was a couple of years ago, and you know this story. So this guy, when we were going out, everything was cool, it was fine. So it's kind of weird because we were newly dating, nothing official, but like my birthday was around that time. So it's like, what do you do? I'm not expecting anything extravagant gesture or whatever. So I said I wanted to go to a Red Wings game. Okay, cool. So he buys the tickets, no problem. That's fine. Yeah. Appreciate that. Yep.
Good start.
So I worked in Southfield. He lived in Westland. Obviously, we're going to Detroit. So he didn't want to drive. So I drove from Southfield to Westland to go pick him up, and I drove down to Detroit. Okay, fine. So we go pay for parking. I pay for parking. Mind you, this is my birthday. And then I'm starving. I just came from work, whatever. He's like, oh, I was hoping we would, get food after the game, because I get it. It's expensive there. I'm like, no, I'm eating here. I'm starving. I don't want to be crabby. So don't know why, but I ended up paying for both my food and his food on my birthday. And I'm like, this is not cool, and then after that, like, a couple days later, we were talking about it, and I was just like, yeah, this is not it. And he's like, nobody wants to be with the guy who can't afford to take their girl out and lives with his brother and has child support and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you know what? Everybody has baggage, and I get it. I don't want the pity party coming from a man. I don't need that pity party. And if you couldn't afford to take me out for my birthday for a Red Wings game, you should have found something else to do. Period.
I might drop.
Yeah, I mean, literally, I said I wanted to go to a Red Wings game, and that's cool. But if you couldn't do that, then you should have said, like, maybe we could do that another day, but let me take you here instead. Come on.
Yeah. So I'm assuming that you didn't see him and date him anymore.
Not much longer.
Settling.
Right. But I couldn't do it.
But you did like that was like obviously like a big eye opener for you. And then when you've seen a couple other red flags, you're like, okay, peace out.
Yeah, because he really didn't like it. I could tell he was like very tense in the crowds there, and I'm like, of course, it's a hockey game. You know what I mean? Like, people are gonna bump into you, and it's fine. And like, I love to be out with people. I love busy areas and all that. And I'm like, if you're just gonna be shut down and like not outgoing, I like to have someone outgoing. Like to piggyback off my personality, I guess, because I'm outgoing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. So good times out here in the dating world.
Let me ask you then. So, do you think like people, do they openly discuss now like what they're expecting or what they're looking for, like in the early stages of dating or meeting somebody, or how does that work?
I do.
So you're like, hi, I'm Katie. I'm looking for a husband.
No, not like that. But I ask them what their intentions are. Like, if you're just hanging out for fun, like, okay, we can go and have fun if that's what I choose to do too. But I've had a lot of like, okay, it's not a lot, but a couple of the guys that I have been seeing, whatever, I get the answer of, I'm not sure. I don't know what I want. How do you not know what you want? Like, I feel like there's a difference between not knowing what you want versus like, hey, I'm not ready for this right now, but it is something I want eventually. And that's fine. If you got to get your stuff together, because I'd rather you tell me like, hey, I've got a lot of stuff going on and I can't give a relationship the time that it needs right now. Don't you feel that way? I mean, how can you not know what you want? Do you want to be in a long-term relationship or do you not?
Well, I mean, we're talking about guys. So
Yeah.
guys live in the moment. They're like now, like today. Guys, a lot of guys, I'm not saying everybody, this is obviously like not across the board, but a lot of guys don't know what their next 5 years or 10 years looks like. Hell, most of them don't even probably know what next year looks like. But I'm just saying, like, to ask a guy for something futuristic is asking probably a little bit much for the majority of guys, because guys are very much in the now.
Yeah, it probably
I got
scares
3
them.
sons. So.
Yeah, so you get it. And it probably scares them to like think of that commitment when you're probably just meeting someone.
Well, they don't know you could be psycho.
Right.
You could be psycho, you could be mean, you could be clingy, you could be broke, you could be non-motivated, you could be dirty, you could be, passing out like newspapers, But nobody says that.
Yeah, always.
So I mean, just as like the girl is trying to feel like, okay, what is this guy about? The guy's trying to do the same thing too, but guys can typically read girls a lot better. Girls would be like, oh my god, he told me I'm so beautiful. Like, oh my god, I love him so much. Like, girl, he's always gonna say that.
Right. He's about to let 20 other girls.
Yeah, if I said that to you and 20 other ones that just walked by.
Right.
So it's like girls, we always hold on to like what they say, and it's just like,
yeah. But I still feel like you have to, I mean, whether or not, I'm not saying that if I'm going out on a date with a guy that you have to tell me, oh, do you see a relationship with me? I'm not saying that. I'm just saying in general, like, is getting married or being in a long-term relationship something you want for yourself? Or
is it something guys want?
I don't know.
Right.
Some of them maybe.
I don't know, because like Len never thought he would be married. Like never.
Yeah.
So like
until I found the right person.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. But that's the whole thing, is I think that you could be like, I don't really know what I want right now. But then if you end up falling in love with that person, then that's all you think about is that person. Like, I could see myself spending the rest of my life with this person because I said I would never get married again. Like, never. And then ended up, it just worked that way for me and Len because we fell in love and stuff. But like, it's hard to say like, oh, I'm going to go into this with that thinking, because it's not. It's like, I want to get to know this person. I want to see like, what do we have in common? Do we gel? Do we, go out and have the same energy when we're out in crowds? Like, my ex was so antisocial, and it bothered me so much. He's like, oh, you're too friendly. Is that a thing? How are you too friendly? But Len is like my person, because like we go out and we talk to everybody always. He's actually way friendlier than me, and I thought I talked to everybody,
Right.
So it's like
I love
a lot to think about.
It is. And I think for me, like, what's most important is that I feel comfortable with that person, that they do have a similar personality, like like you just said, you and Len going out and enjoying, and being social and all that. Like, that's important to me too. I don't want to feel like I have a guy that's like just awkward and doesn't want to talk or doesn't want to go and hang out with my friends, or you know what I mean?
They're always complaining to the waitress about the food.
Just who
wants to be around that?
No. And I think just building that friendship, I think that does help create a good relationship too,
Yes.
So I think people do end up rushing into things sometimes, and I get it, because I mean, at me being 30 years old, like, I do kind of feel rushed into getting into a relationship because I'm not gonna be young forever, and like, if I do consider having kids, I mean, there's only a certain window.
Clock is ticking.
Yeah, so it's scary.
But it's like in movies, and like your biological clock is
ticking. So I definitely feel that pressure, but at the same time, I've seen a lot of people in so many unhappy relationships that I don't want to settle. But I also know myself too, that like, if I like someone and there's like some red flags or stuff that I may not really like, I'm like, I can deal with that,
Yeah, because I mean, a lot of women do that. First of all, like, there's no perfect man, just like there's no perfect woman. So it's just like, whatever their flaws are or their imperfections, is it something that you can deal with? Because I have them, and Len's like, okay, and Len has them, and it's okay, you know what I mean? But if there's like big deals, like big things, like, there has to be certain standards that you set. And if that doesn't meet your standards, it's time to go. Like, if you're 30 years old and okay, this is what I want. I'm looking for a husband. I want a family. And this dude over here, like, drinks, smokes, whatever your turnoffs are. If he does those things, move on, because you can't change a man.
Right.
You can't change a man.
Right.
If a man changes, it's because he chooses to, he wants to. But you, me, us, women, we cannot change a man.
Right.
Write that down, put it on your forehead, put it on a sticky by your mirror. He's like, oh, he's great over here, but like all these things are awful, but I can change him. No, you cannot. And if you do change him for 2 weeks, he's right back on three
Yeah.
on the third week. He's right back to who
It's
he
not
was.
gonna last.
It's not gonna last. Like
No.
we got to get that out of our heads. Just stop settling.
Yeah.
Stop settling. Put that on your forehead. Like I'm not settling. You are worth it.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And I think it's even just
Make the men step up.
right, right, and the basic stuff too. I mean, I used to think too, and you've taught me a lot about relationships. I have to tell you that, like you and mine for sure. Which I appreciate. So, but it's so funny because I just remember, and I think we talked about this before, that I always thought that like the guys were supposed to pay for everything and like just pretty much like cater to the women, and you know.
I mean, in the beginning.
Yeah, but like I also do like having some of my own experiences myself, like I actually enjoy, doing things for a guy too and making them feel good. Like I don't feel like I'm not trying to make a man go broke because I want all these expensive things or going out to dinner 5 times a week. You know what I mean? I don't mind like putting in my like part, I should say.
Well, what's your part in the beginning?
I mean, I don't mind paying for like dinner or drinks once, in a while if we're going out.
Okay.
So that's different because I know in the beginning, like especially you've talked too, like the guys are supposed to wine and dine, but even nowadays, like okay, maybe I'm wrong, I'm new, but I feel like there are some women that do, like rotate that kind of stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that?
I don't know.
Drop
Please,
it in the
yeah,
comments.
please, because
Drop it in the
unless I'm doing
comments.
things wrong.
No, like this needs to be our little thumbnail because I would love to know, like, is that a thing?
Yeah.
Is like the guys whining and dining and doing, the nice things for women, is that a thing of the past? Is that not something that's done in today's times in 2025? Because hell no, I couldn't date if that was the case. Like, dude, you gotta wine and dine me. Like, there's just no.
Wow, that's so funny.
It's so funny. Like, and
Yeah.
when I know, like, when I hear some of you guys, talking that are single, and you're like, yeah, I paid for dinner last night. Like, what? You paid for dinner? Like, what? So I'm just kind of curious to know, is that just a thing of today's times?
Mhm.
Maybe it is.
Mhm.
I'm just very old school, so I'm like, no.
Yeah, I really hope that we get some traction on when we post that part because I would like to know that too.
Yeah, I would like to know too because like I am in that where I have always told you like I love to do things for Len, and I even did things for Len in our early stages, like, and he did obviously things for me. So I get what you're saying,
Mhm.
but depending on like if you're talking like a week or 2 weeks in, like I still got to figure out if I even like you.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like you. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So it's like I'm not paying for dinner. I don't even know if I like you or not.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess when you like get into your relationship, when you're getting defined relationship, it's nice to do nice gestures because that is like people's love language and stuff. But
Mhm.
I guess you gotta make sure you even get to that point that I like you enough to get to that relationship point.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I feel like, and I mean, at least for me as a woman, I feel like I'm not hard to please. I really just want someone to respect me, obviously.
And we're very complex though. I mean, a lot of things,
Yeah.
we're in our heads a lot. We're a little bit. Men are very simple.
Yeah.
I mean, they are.
Yeah.
They're very simple, and it doesn't take too much for them. So.
Yeah, Britt and I have that conversation all the time. It's just so funny. Like, we expect guys to do things how we would do it, and like, no, they don't do it. And they're like, oh, I would have done this instead, but
Yeah. Guys don't think like we do at all.
no, I don't want to give examples because it's not my business this year. So.
Yeah. Well, just know, like, too, like, if he's not doing it now, he probably won't. And if you're in a relationship and you're seeing those signs that he's not doing things, probably never will. And then if you have conversations about it, it may change for a week or two, and then he'll be back to how he was. I mean, this is stuff I went through even in my previous relationship, marriage, whatever. It's like, oh, you need to do this, and then it's like 2 weeks. And like, I mean, 15th day, boom, back to how it was. I'm like, this ain't gonna work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And I just feel like if you feel like you're settling like that, then to me, I'd rather be single than stuck in a miserable relationship for the rest of my life that I can't get out of.
Miserable.
Yeah. Not me.
You should be living your best life every day because we're not promised tomorrow.
Right. So.
And
I really do want to hear, before we wrap this up, if you guys have any crazy dating stories, whether it's from now or, in the past while you were dating, please share. Okay, I only shared one of my stories, and I probably could share more.
I would
But
love to even like if somebody could even like send us an email or send us DM us
yeah,
a story, and then like we could share it on like the next
yes,
podcast or
yeah, it
something.
could be
That'd be really
anonymous
cool.
if
Yeah,
you
it could
guys
definitely
want.
be
Yeah,
anonymous. We would
yeah,
not have to say your name or
yeah.
whatever,
No,
but
no.
that'd be really cool. So we can say it in our next podcast, or
Yeah,
we'll call you out if we don't get any response. So that means
right,
nobody listened, nobody
right.
submitted a story.
And I'll be sad because I know there's got to be people out there that have crazy dating
And
stories.
fellas, if you are happening to listen to this, we would love to know like what changed, what made things so easy for you.
Yeah, or if you guys feel like we have a completely different viewpoint than you, I
I'd
would
love
like
to
to
have
hear
you on
you.
you.
Yeah,
Let's have a guy come on our podcast and tell the dating stuff going. Like
that would be fun.
that'd be fun. So if you're a fella and you would want to join our podcast to tell and defend the guys, bring it.
Yeah, and if you want to bring one of your friends just to have some, backup or support, you may allow that too.
Yeah, we can move into a bigger room.
Yeah, but be prepared because we will come at you. I need you proof. I need you to back up what you're saying.
And ladies, make them work.
Yeah.
Make them step up. Make them work. Let them earn your love.
Because we all deserve it.
All deserve it. Every last one of you. You're worthy. You're beautiful. You're amazing. Don't forget it.